Hello students, today I am going to explain you about trial balance. This chapter is very important. You should have proper clarity how to prepare a trial balance and this will help you to prepare the final accounts as well. Okay, so let's start. So before we start learning about trial balance, let's understand how the double entry system works. When it comes to double entry system, the first transaction when you record is called as journal entries, where you have to debit and credit the business transactions, right, based on the golden rules. And once the journal entries are prepared, you transfer all these entries into a format which is called as ledger. And generally, what is ledger? For each business transaction, you'll be having a debit and credit, and those accounts are grouped separately so that we can know at the end of the month what is the total amount of transaction happened in that particular account. Correct? If you have not watched my previous videos, please watch on journal entries and ledger so that you have more clarity. I have explained different techniques how to understand or how to apply those techniques to prepare journal entries and ledgers. And today what we're going to discuss is more about trial balance, right? So what is the meaning of trial balance? Let's get into a little bit on English side. Trial balance is a statement of debit and credit. Okay? Is a statement of debit and credit totals, right? Or balances extracted from the various accounts in the ledger. Okay? So what it is trying to say? When you're preparing this ledger, you'll have balance in each account, right? For example, building account, or it can be an expense account, right? So these balances, whatever you have, okay, on any particular date when you're preparing the trial balance, these balances will be taken to the trial balances. So it says that it is a statement of debit and credits totals or balances, right, extracted from various accounts in the ledger, and is done with a view to test the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Double entry system always says that the total of debit should tally to total of credit, right? So when you prepare this statement, you have to check that the debit and credit are matching, so your trial balance is correct. Now, before we move forward and see how the trial balance is prepared, I will repeat the rules, which is very, very important while preparing the trial balance. So, what the rule says: assets are always debit. Okay, expenses are always debit. Drawings are always debit. Okay, drawings is the opposite of capital. When the owner is taking back the money, that is called as drawings, and it is debit. Coming to the right side, liabilities is always credit, right? Because you have to give to someone. Income is always credit. Capital is always credit. The easy way to keep in your mind who are the credits, remember these first three capital letters LIC. Okay, very easy for you to learn. LIC is always credit. Okay, and AED is always debit. So this is the thumb rule and it applies everywhere. Okay, now let's take an example, a short example with one journal entry to understand how the trial balance is prepared. Let's take an example here. Journal entry for purchase of inventory rupees 10,000, right? So what journal entry you are going to post? Inventory account debited 10,000 to sundry creditors 10,000. Now this journal entry, if I have to take it to ledger, how I am going to prepare the ledger? The ledger is inventory account and sundry creditors account, right? So in inventory account, to sundry creditor 10,000, right? The journal entry I am now trying to plot in ledgers. So to sundry creditor 10,000, and here sundry creditors, it will be buy inventory 10,000, and then in the opposite direction to balance the ledger, to balance carry forward 10,000, and in inventory it is to balance carry forward 10,000. Now if you see here, this inventory is having a debit balance, right? When you have right side carry forward, it is a debit balance, or you can say assets is a debit balance, and sundry creditor is a credit balance because it is a liability. So what trial balance you're going to prepare now? When you prepare the trial balance, you have to write debit balances and credit balances. Okay, and then here you write the particulars, or you can say write the nature of business transactions what you had. So inventory is an asset, hence debit 10,000. Sundry creditors liabilities, hence you have to write in the credit the total of these 10,000 and 10,000. So every time this amount has to tally, otherwise your trial balance is not correct. Now let's quickly solve a problem. Okay, prepare a trial balance from the following balances. prepare a trial balance from the following balances. Okay, so you can see here there are different items. Okay, 27 items. I'll just read out. I'll not talk about how to be treated. When I do the solution, I'll talk about that. So what items you have? Capital, gas and water, wages, debtors, commission, sundry creditors, machinery, return outwards, drawings, cash at bank, purchase, insurance, return inward, furniture. Then you have opening stock, sales, building, discount received, bills payable, carries inward, bank charges, general expenses, cash in hand, rent received, salaries, bills receivable, and rates and taxes. Okay, so now let's take this all and then check how do I reflect in the trial balance. Okay, so I'll explain the logic as well. So I have already prepared the solution here. I will be showing you one by one so that you can focus on that. Capital in the bracket, whatever written here is the nature of the category, whether it is an asset, income, liability, expense, capital, or a drawing. So capital is C, capital, and what is the balance of capital? 6,000 will go to credit because capital is always credit balance. The next one, gas and water, it's an expense, right? Gas and water. So where you report gas and water, expense is always debit, right? The next one is wages. Wages is similar to expenses, so it will be reported under debit. Next one, debtors. Whose debtor? Customer outstanding, right? Accounts receivable. So you have to receive this money from your customer. It's an asset, right? So 3,580 you have to report as debit. The next one, commission. Commission is a expense, right? You are going to pay commission to someone. So expense is always debit, 147 rupees. Next one, sundry creditor. This is liability. Debtor is accounts receivable and sundry creditor is accounts payable. So 1037 credit. Machinery is an asset, correct? Machinery 1027 is debit. Return outward. So when you purchase, it is inventory coming in, that is an asset. Return outward is the opposite, so it's a liability. So 640 you have to show as credit. Drawings, opposite of creditor, opposite of capital. So drawings D 248, correct. Cash at bank is an asset, so 527 is in debit. Next one, purchase, inventory is an asset, so 3216 is reported under debit. Insurance, expenses, 106 is reported as debit. Next one, return inward. So when return outward is a liability, return inward means inventory coming in, so it's an asset. So 199 reported as debit. Furniture, assets reported under debit, 125. Opening stock, whether it is opening stock purchased during the year, all are inventory, right? Inventory is what? Inventory is assets. So 1640 is reported as asset under debit. Sales is income, so reported as credit, 8120. Building is an asset, reported as 2000 and under debit. Discount received, if you're giving discount, it's expense, but if you're receiving discount, it is an income, hence reported under credit. Bills payable, this is opposite of debtors, right? Bills payable, you have to pay, it's a liability, so 409 is shown as credit. Carriage inward, okay, that means when you're buying your material, you are spending this money, right? So it is an expense, so 337 is a debit. Bank charges, expenses, so it is debit, 337 is expenses. General expenses, okay, so it is an expense, so 99 rupees is shown as debit. Cash in hand, 80, it is an asset, right? Cash in hand. Rent received, income, so 43 is reported as credit. Salaries, expenses, 430 reported as debit. Bills receivable equal to accounts receivable or customer outstanding, 147 reported as debit because it is an asset, money to be received. And the last one, rates and taxes, 84, which is an expense, reported as debit. Now what is happening? If you total it, all the debit and credit, you will have total amount of 16261 16261. Okay, so as per the thumb rule, your total of debit and credit will match, and by that you will understand the accuracy of the trial balance is correct. Okay, so this is a comprehensive listing. Hope you understood how the trial balance is prepared. Do practice more examples so that you get the concepts. And if you have not watched the previous videos on journal entry and ledger, please have a look. It will be quite interesting for you. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and share with your friends so that they understand how to prepare the trial balance. If you have any specific question, please comment in the comment box. I'll reply on that. Thank you.